Okay, and welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time, Field Glory Empires as Persia. We're carrying out a war against Babylon. We have a slight setback. The Babylonians actually have an army that isn't immediately adjacent to our main combat stack. We're going to eliminate this one in the west, and this is going to try to circle back around and deal with those guys. At the same time, I'm going to try to get my cavalry around the main Babylonian stack, hopefully without running into them. And we'll go and recruit some more light cavalry to provide some support to them. If we can get the cavalry stacks to join up. In the meantime, we're trying to prosecute a war against Babylon. If we get their main fortification here to surrender and then mop up the rest of their territory, the war will be over. We do have a bonus objective here, basically, that if we can do it within 4 turns, we'll get extra legacy for it. That'd be the plan. We got enough surplus manpower. We can turn some manpower into money. And we've got some surplus metal, so we can turn that into money as well. One of these days I'll get an academy again, and we have some science going. But we don't... Well, we've got the decision for the science, we just don't have the academy to do the science in. We really want at least a double bonus here for the wine. Oh, this is a place I've got actually no infrastructure buildings. Okay, I should probably take the wheelmaker. And we don't need that much infrastructure to build a wheelmaker. Right, we need some. Oh no, I just need the place to be positive, which is basically none. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Leave it a little bit positive. 1 and a 3. I could do the pottery maker here. That would probably get far enough west. Yeah, could do the pottery maker here. Probably still want to build it a little farther west. We probably really want it out here on the coast. So if those guys don't have pottery, they can buy our pottery. We'll do the theater instead. I do have the ability to buy silk. That's an extra culture bonus, which isn't bad. Trading post, not bad because it has access to the furs. No, we'll go with the culture bonus thing here. Doesn't cost us any extra spots, so that means we can keep cycling a little bit there. We're out of olive oil range, so we're not going to do that. Not that desperate for infrastructure, though that wouldn't be a bad one, because eventually we're probably going to build like a noble district, which will import the marble, and then we'll have the marble in this. Yeah, I just sold myself on that. We'll try to fish for that. Do the gold site. This is probably not close enough to get the coral bonus. Well, this is next to our provincial capital, I think, yeah. So if I could upgrade all the way to Major Temple, that'd import the ceramics for us. Oh, lots of building slots. Every place has got a building slot here. Cool. Go clear water in that one. That one's not very interesting. That one finished up the grape mine. and is now being presented with a bridge. The nice bonus on the bridge is, okay, it provides a little bit of infrastructure, but 12% commerce. And bonus of more city cattle. So yeah, we'll grab that bridge. That's a decent infrastructure building. And then we'll probably re-roll that until we get to one of the other delicacy shops. We got nuts and seeds and figs here, so we really want to hit either honey or dates. I suppose over the border we already hit figs next door, right? So yeah, we don't want to hit figs again. We want to hit honey or dates. So we need in honey or dates. Wheelmaker or farm? This is a place where I can get it upgraded to the plantations. We'll do the farm. Though the wheelmaker was tempting. Public works. And then we move enough on to infrastructure to get these done a lot faster. Looks like the only one that got finished will get finished is the Clearwater, but that's fine. We're outside of gold trade range. We can get the preceptor there. We're in a copper trade range. Let's do the warehouse. Yeah. And then we removed the malice up there, yes. Wait until we get in the cycle to do that one. 2 into 1. Could do the iron mine. Probably makes sense to do the iron mine. Yeah, we'll do the iron mine. We're looking for worship place, which we didn't hit, so we reroll here. Yeah, it's working at full speed. There's 2 slots there. Can move the pottery around the market there. We're in papyrus range, right? Yeah. Okay. That one isn't under siege. Okay, we're in copper range here. Apparently you can trade through hostile territory, you just can't trade to hostile territory. Interesting. No, we'd rather have the farm there. This is just a reroll. Well, actually, no, the wine there is useful. Do the wine. That's a decent farm. Gotta get construction going quickly enough that we can actually get those done at some point. Yeah, tavern will be done. Farm will take 2 turns. One open slot there. Pick up that warehouse. Can we get done in a turn? No. I could go micro it so we spend exactly half on it, but it'll be fine. Go to the theater here to get access to tier 2 culture. One, and 2. Probably want some food here if we can get it. That's not what we want. We wanted the portion teller or a 0 slot. There. here we probably want food. Power that is the school is luring me away. But, here we're actually gonna do some food. Smokehouse. Okay. Let's do the monument here. And then here... We're not getting the bonus from sales, though bringing the bonus for sales in wouldn't be too hard. Or do I want to do the well? Would I need to clear the Badlands? The well. So that does hold me. We're building the well. And those are finishing insurance, so we can move into the next two places with 2 slots. You clear by bridge. Bridge is not necessarily going to be easy for us to do. We don't need the sawmill. I do public works. I do steelmaker. We're not being offered those right now. Take the crafting district. We are in range of the potter here, so we can do the market here pretty nicely. Although I should probably go for the coal side for the conversion. Now we're back around to the capital, so we want to do the loose check. None of the looses are idle. It's off to a decent start. No regionals that I want to do? No. Okay, looks like troops are sallying into Persian, or into our army here. The raw skirmish power here has probably handed us the win. 5 versus a 2 with a min roll of 6 versus a 1. It'd take a real good roll on their end to save them, which is unlikely to happen. Yeah, okay, so there's the random sally. There's some variants. Ended in a draw. Okay, that's not good. It's our army versus their western army in the plains. Decent amount of exhaustion. Immortal V, Babylonian medium infantry, 8v4. Mineral 6 should be delivering that, yeah. Here we go. The garrison versus these might be rebels. They're either rebels or barbarians. So we lose. Oh, we didn't lose that fight, which means we win that one. There we go. So either way, we don't need to worry about that. Usually, they're probably rebels. You want peace. You're up there. And you want me to pay you for that. Counter proposal. No. I'm not going to give you anything. White peace. They should accept this. Now let's come back to our perspective. Oh no, this is our perspective. We're at war with a bunch of people. A lot of them we might be able. So we just negotiated a theory of peace with them. Saba, can we get a white peace with you? Possibly. Sarmatia, can we get a white peace with you? Possibly. Got peace with Lydia, and we still are attacking Babylon. We're not going to go peace with Babylon. Distribute slaves within the country. Down the rebels. We completed our wonder. So it actually completed this time. Minus 10 food, which we can tolerate that. 9 money. It's not very profitable. Doesn't necessarily need to be very profitable. It would get even more profitable if we had luxury. 63 culture, minus 1 decadence. Health bonus, loyalty bonus. I think this is one of the few wonders that doesn't actually provide a legacy bonus. It does unlock 3 other wonders that are actually, it's basically the same wonder 3 times. But that'll allow us to build 3 other wonders on this location when we get build slots, of course. Okay, yeah, you're only cleared by the Builders Guild, so I've got to work up to Tier 3 stuff there. No debate, gotta go all the way to where we don't want to be, really. I'm surprised this isn't gun. This should have like a 4%, well actually no, 2% chance to go away each turn, so it's gonna, well, I suppose it is a mean probability of 50 turns hanging around. Okay, that'll finish the land expansion in 1 turn. Two slots there. Let's grab the training ground. It's a nice 0 slot. There's some other stuff we could do. Don't need the tin yet. Don't need the culture. Preceptor house. Open slot there, cause... Oh no, we've been re-rolling there until we hit the worship place is what we're doing. Didn't hit the worship place again, so we re-roll. You're looking for the... No, you have the weapon seal already, so you'd be looking for the watchtower, but probably not worth looking for. Crafting district... Or... Coral's not in range. We will take the anchorage, though. That's about what we need for the anchorage anyway, so we'll just go to the next one. Or right up on the border. Be in pottery range. We are in pottery range. We'll go and import the pottery then. We're in papyrus range, so we'll import the papyrus. And you get removed with the herbalist, so we're waiting on that 2% roll. I think it's 2%. It might be 4%. Either way, it's a low number, so it's somewhere between like 25 or 50 turn mean for it to go away. Wheelmaker. Okay, siege is still going. A bit worrisome that our roll is breached. We've done the same to Babylon, so that's good. Nope, and we got the new province there. Which now means I either have enough food to feed everyone, or the industry to build. Because that's how it always works, isn't it? So we'll stop feeding everyone. Have to go back down to social citizens for the moment. Instead, we'll focus on building a way out of that problem. Farm, the warehouse, theater's fine. Could use some more food here, though I don't think that's necessarily a good choice when we see. We're looking for the fortune teller. We didn't hit the fortune teller. So this is a reroll. 1, 1, and a 1. Yeah, I think I actually will do that food source, the farm there. We don't Oh, actually, we are in trade range of the Delta. I'm not going to trade to the Delta for that, but we could. So I'd say we don't have Papyrus here. Well, I suppose I could get it from the Delta, but we're planning on attacking the Delta, so that would interrupt our trade. Send cost sky high, and let's avoid that. Oops. That one. Then how much are we short? 6 times 3, so it's like 18. That might be enough, or I might need one more. One more. There we go. That's fine. Okay, so then we're on to the loose ones, which might not be idle. You're removed by the weapons depot. That is the weapons depot, so grab the weapons depot. And no other idle ones. Okay. So move you there, and the cav there, and the two batches can group up. Going south in the north. Oh, I can't. No, so if I come back to the hex I'm in, I'm gonna do the move. Okay. That's fine. We're gonna vaguely do something like that for the moment. Hopefully our siege succeeds, and our siege roll succeeds and theirs fails. Granted, we're likely to have that not go our way, to be fair. The alternative is I could risk Sally. Yeah, that would be a bit of a risk. We've got a commander. The commander's probably not going to save it, but we'll see. Worst case scenario, we'll have to siege it back down. And no regionals. Suppose I have enough iron if I had the iron one. I don't have the iron one. We can sell iron. So let's cycle that turn. Oh, the province I went for has already fallen to someone else. They stopped sieging. Okay. That works. Because it's quicker to take a unfortified place back, so... I'm gonna do a pass out on the citizenship here. Okay, so that's probably going to be a good move. Get the cavalry loose. I think the 12th cavalry will run that stack down. May take some losses. And then, okay, that stack is going to take its sweet time, but it can, in theory, get all that in 3 turns. How many turns left do we have to complete our thing? 2. So it's not fast enough. Unless I have a forced march, and I don't have a forced march. Though the cav can probably double back if we do win that battle. Siege is expected to be quick. We are hoping for the good roll here, because the garrison hasn't starved down low enough that I want to commit to an assault. Do Major Temple to import the ceramics, or Master Fletcher for the reflex bow. I'm gonna pass on this. We can get the archery range, or the Master Fletcher here someplace else, where it might be a little bit better. We'll go for the temple here and get the ceramics import. So this is going to provide a 16 money because we have access to both myrrh and frankincense in the capital. It's no bonus culture because it's the same culture from the previous one, I think. We'll then put the ceramics, which will provide the ceramics bonus to one of the other buildings. Needless, or specifically the palace here, so that's 10 culture. You don't have one. You have one, so there's another 10 culture there. I think I get you down to 2 turns. Yeah. Still. A good build, although time-consuming one. We'll grab the mine. We gotta get all the way up to tier 3 so we can build the Builders Guild. We could at any point now build the Builders Hall, which actually that should probably be the next building we build, is the Builders Hall there. We'll do all that. That's probably overkill for the mine. Nope, that's about right on target for the mine. Okay. 1 slot. We've already got what we need there, yeah, so we're just waiting for the roll to make a poof. Don't need the guard tower, don't need the sanitation. We're gonna reroll. We're out of range for the die. The purple. The purple's mostly down here. Maybe with the paved road and the trade port global, but that's a long distance off. Do city walls. Even though that place isn't on the front line, but receptor house. Bridge and a 1 slot. If I wasn't about to defeat, actually this, because we're probably gonna, what we're gonna do against the Egyptians, so this probably doesn't make sense for the city guard. It's about to go, it's probably not worth running the city guard here. Then change my mind. Nope. Second to best, Orchard. Could potentially import the dates as well, which would make that even better. And orchards are real cheap. So I just need to keep the province infrastructure positive and the orchards complete. Oops. 111, so lots to build here. One of them will probably be a reroll, because one of them is roll the worship place or reroll. Yeah, that's a bit of a letdown there. Nothing good to build there. Grab the Oration Tribune. You want to be the worship place. It is finally the worship place. When that's done, it's army is 10%. I think the worship place is still 2%. But when this is removed, that's a commerce infrastructure penalty that goes away, which is real good. We'll get the trading tent here. Let's give access to tier 2 commerce. And then you are the weapons depot, which we already have. This would make it harder to import leather around, though we're not currently importing leather to this location anyway. We get some money from importing the cattle instead. Although we already are importing the cattle. So I'm going to pass on the tanner for that reason. Theater? Theater. Blue theater. Building slot there. Precept house. Oh, we probably do want to accelerate the construction of the summer palace now that the place isn't under siege anymore. Smokehouse, trying to get some food going. Nothing to build there, so we can move these guys over to food. Same here. Two there. Do the port upgrade. Move you off food because we don't need growing anytime soon. 1-1. Yeah, that's not what we want. Courthouse. Couple slots there. We got some good picks for those slots. Tribune's not bad, especially if access to marble. We do want to do culture conversions. The cult site's not bad. And those will finish in that turn. We're going to be importing the wine here from Rhodes. Do the smokehouse instead. And the cold site. Okay, and then on to the loose. If the loose are idle, there's an idle one. This is, I think, one of the few places I will be able to build the sawmill, because this is a forest. Do the reroll there. Make the province here. So we'll make the province of Venetia in Phoenicia. That makes sense. Otherwise, no idols. Okay. We'll cycle the turn and see how things go. A little bit of gamble on here, but I'm not able to get that done. Army hits those guys, or the cavalry hits those guys. I think we're on the attack. Cavalry charge. Our guy, well, some of our guys are tired here. I think we'll come off decently well. Yeah. There we go. And they came to our army. Okay, that fight goes reasonably well for us. Persia won the battle. There's no pursuit phase because we actually defeated the moved guys. And hills, archers do their work. Mortals do immortal things. Yeah. No. Army's doing quite well there. This should just be the garrison, it should just be 5 airman militia, yeah. Ah, the nice power of cavalry armies. So it says we have 1 turn left. I don't know if I need to finish it when in the turn it goes. Nope, no. Time is fleeting. Did not manage to complete it. Okay, so it's apparently 1 turn left. It will say you fail if you obviously haven't succeeded. Are the brigands Are the brigands, that is your army, fully sated? No. No, they are not. The war will continue. Slave markets. Oh, we were set that mission. Okay. So yep, we failed to get the extra legacy there, which is fine. It's fine. So you can do that run, and then you can do that run. I'll move you a little bit closer there so you can join the army once there's no hostiles between the enemy. Siege is expected to be quick. At this point, the garrison is mostly starved out, so we can go ahead and order the assault. And that should overrun what's left of Babylonia. So I suppose the next target is Egypt. So the Egyptian war will be a little bit different because we're actually going to be fighting mainly to steal their legacy. War. We're declaring war. We're in the middle of a war and we're declaring another. Because that's a smart thing to do, right? It isn't. But it's an effective thing to do sometimes. This will produce weapons. We are going to need weapons. So that isn't the worst of choices. So yeah, let's build the weapons manufacturer. It's not exactly the military building we're looking for there, but it'll definitely work. This is the one we're running up to 6 infrastructure buildings. Yeah, so we're looking for the builder hall, specifically the builder hall. So we're re-rolling because it's not the builder hall. Caravan house. Market. Work on that temple, help a little bit with the conversion. Let's go to the theater here to get access to tier 2 culture buildings. Access to the pottery there, so that's decent. Here we're going to go for a reroll. I don't like any of those choices. Don't think I can get the theater to build in turn, but put people on infrastructure so we're less likely to have something come up that delays it a turn. We need the tavern here, so that we have the 3rd culture building. So we can start fishing the tier 2 sets. Nothing to build there, so we want to swap back to food production. Crafter district. the wool spinning mill. So that'll give us cloth that we don't produce anywhere right now. That's probably worth building. Yeah. I'll even get more worth once we get like paved roads and stuff. Here. We don't have weapons yet. We're actually building weapons right next door. In which case we could build this. Although the main reason you build this is the loyalty bonus. We don't need the loyalty bonus right now. And or to move weapons around. We don't need to move weapons around on this nation as much. Especially Sparta. Sparta, we need the weapons like everywhere. So the volcano is mainly a food impediment. I'm still going to do the smokehouse because health is still nice. Go, another building here. We'll take the land expansion. That's a decent farm that's going to get better. Can I get you done in a turn? No. Regardless of what I do, I can't get you done in a turn, so we'll let that person say a food person. Save the clicks there. Grab the monument. Oh, I don't have you on a long distance move order. Move to there, and then we'll reevaluate. We're probably going to do that, honestly. And then go up there. Take over that province, and maybe then go back and take over this province. I suppose if I take over those two, we'd be able to get the cataphracts built easier. Took our territory back. Decent street brawler. It's fine. It's fine. We took a territory there. What do we want to build there? Don't need to be working towards papyrus, so we're not going to build the irrigation system unless it's actually food positive. Let's build the small house instead. That's enough everything to get the buildings to build in one turn. We're looking for a particular building there. We didn't hit it, so we roll. Here, we'll take the palisade so we can access the tier 2 military buildings. Need a lot less infrastructure here right now, although that's apparently just going to be a temporary problem. Three slots there. I suppose technically we're looking specifically for the bridge here. Sawmill, unlike the woodcutters, the sawmill is competitive with the wheelmaker public works in yield. Even if including the bonus, it's pretty competitive. We're still gonna go the... Oh no, we don't have papyrus here. This whole house instead then. Assuming that, is that an infrastructure building? That is an infrastructure building, yeah. don't think we can... I think the bridge specifically requires, like, track or better, which is why it's not necessarily always showing up. So we need, like, the public works or whatever for it to be down. Okay. Then we got a new territory down here with a bunch of stuff that doesn't really work very well, but we'll work on that. Savage Hillman wants armor, which we could roll. We haven't rolled it. That's a decent trading tent, or at least it will be once the whole hullabaloo of being recently taken over goes away. Land expansion. You can be Sawmill. So Sawmill will have a possibility of removing Penetrable Fortress. Yeah. Fortress. Forest, not Fortress. Those are slightly different things. And then idols like Babylon here. That would give us access to Tier 3 culture, which would be real good. So let's grab that here. We'll then want to build, like, roads and farms and stuff, but at the moment, I think having access to Tier 3 for when we need it is good. Okay, there's no idols. Yeah. Any decisions I want to do? I don't need to do Force March anymore. I think we're good. So let's... I think that fort's ready to fall. We've ordered until... Yeah, let's cycle the turn and see the fall of Babylon. So there goes in the assault. 19 versus 2. The wall provides a decent bonus to them, but it's not going to be enough to save them. Complete exhaustion in the front line, and a whole bunch of splat. One of them rolled well enough that it had to actually take a second unit to attack it. And Persia won the battle. Here's the cavalry. There we go. Babylon has fallen. Babylon emissaries reach us with a proposal of peace. With what territory are they trying to negotiate with? I thought I had all the Babylonian territory. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've got all the Babylonian territory. Or at least all the Babylonian territory in the vague vicinity. So we're going to reject that. Because worst case scenario, accepting that would just give them a bunch of territory back, which is like, no. We'll counter proposal. I don't want to give you anything. Where is it? Now or in secret? Or with Egypt? Prepared in secret, apparently. Okay, yeah, so I'm negotiating with the non-existent country. That wasn't enough to save them, so they're very dead. Gonna adopt a local administration. We'll do that in Babylonia. Which will put a courthouse here, which will help get us into character culture buildings real quick. Let's do the Builder's Hall. Might have to actually attack south to save my ally. We'll see. Might also be too late to save my ally, which is a slightly different problem if that's the case. Needs to say I've recently taken over a few new territories that now need to be governed. Okay, so now we need to figure out how to carry out an effective war against Egypt. My plans against Egypt, from a result standpoint, is to take legacy off of them. I'd like to be within a third of their legacy, if not more. To do that, I just need to take like 1,500 off of them. We only just declared war, so they're presumably not going to give me anything. No, they immediately. It's 90% chance they just immediately start giving me stuff. So yeah, we want like that war score one, which is 158 war score. I was not going to give that to us on turn one. And then if we were to splurge for more, probably finish up provinces over here, probably take Cyprus. I don't necessarily want to push into Egypt in this first one. I want to be at the state where they can't win by like default campaign rules. Don't think this scenario has a early victory option, at least not for the AI. I think you can lose early to the AI. This mission. Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad place for brickworks. Or I could do the dry dock, although we don't have any sails in the area. We haven't upgraded any of the port sign off level to get sails. So don't do dry dock. Yeah, do brickworks. We'd do the dry dock if we had the sails, I think. Pretty good trading tents. And then the capital here is at the Palace Library and the Military Academy at the same time. Oh, both of those are good bonuses. The Military Academy is a little bit more likely to come back up again. So let's hit the Palace Library first. Regolith Caverns are removed by armor, which we have, so we're just waiting for it to go away. You're looking for the build hole, so this is not that. Resept a house. Nuts. We'd be trading for the nuts. It's not local, which is fine. It's not quite enough culture to account for the decadence cost there. We're going to pass on it. We could hit Orchard. Orchard would be the farm. Would probably end up building there. You'll move the theater instead. Well, actually, no, no do work. Let's do Salt House. Grab the furnace for metal and money. We're definitely not in trading range of the weapons here. We'll do Wheelmaker. I accelerate the Wheelmaker to get it done in a turn? No, but I can probably get it to 2. Possibly get it to 2. Yeah. I'm tempted to play nice with the Nabateans. So let's try... No, we'll grab the Wheelmaker here. So we can get access potentially to the regional roads. Building slots there. Recently taken over territory. Maybe that's not surprising. 2 and a 1. Crafting district. And candle shop. We can import the wax, and then we'd be actually interested in getting some tin nearby. It's not the building we need to get rid of the witch. Wheelmaker. Candle shop. We don't actually have wax within range for you, so we want to pass on that for the moment. Like the brickworks. Can we get everything built in a turn, or is it all going to be 1, 2 turns? Monument's the only thing missing. Monument would be hard. We need another... What is that? 72, so that'd be 28 times 3. Yeah, I don't think we're getting 28 times 3. So, looks up a little bit of growth bonus there. Moving to the next. Tribune. Yeah, can go faster because we got some already being built. We can move some food on to faster construction. Without any real problems. There we go. Like, actually, can I stabilize you? Yeah, we can get that one stable. Can't get them all stable, we can get that one stable. A little less chance of revolt. And no idle ones? No idle ones. See if those two can merge up. Oh, I've got another designate administration, or adopt administrations. We'll do it there. Then let's cycle the turn. We may get a different mission. Assuming there's any that are eligible to start at this point. Okay, so there's some barbarians. The main army shouldn't have any problem with that. Yeah, no losses. This is the cavalry versus the barbarian garrison. Yeah, it's got some of the flankers, but that's not going to save them. Not going to save them at all. Okay, go run there. They have a fort there? I'm surprised that didn't fall. Oh. I was going to try to negotiate some sort of, peace with them. But I guess they've signed up for being on the pain train. Bit of a shame that the Oasis is going to go away, because it's the only way to remove the no-Oasis. So they're not in a rush to siege that place down. So we'll let go the slow route. Is that really the fastest way to go there? Is to go there, there, and then there? Okay. If that's what you think, Army. I don't agree with you, but if that's what you think, you do you. And this army we want to do that with. Okay, so the Nabateans hate me. These guys don't, so let's give them some money. Try to make friends with them. Okay, and our subjects to the south here got deleted. They be deleted. Ben activities. Okay, that's not surprising, because we still haven't dealt with the Atlantic Raiders here. At some point I'm just going to have to park an army on there to increase the probability it disappears. Gee, I'm looking at the time. I think we're in a good place to stop for the night and stop for the stream. We're at war with Egypt. The plan, assuming the war with Egypt goes anywhere according to plan, is get enough war score that we can pick up the second legacy humiliate here. This should be enough that, not that we have higher legacy than Egypt, we're generating faster than them, so we'll get that sort of passively. But that Egypt doesn't have 3 times as much of us is kind of the plan. And then we probably just ask for a little territory for some of the provinces that we share with Egypt. Right, so probably ask for that one. We just occupied that one. We probably don't give them that one back. Oh, well, depends on how the Nabatean War goes. The Nabatean War will go pretty well, in which case we probably will hold on that one as well. Onto the Nabatean ones, obviously, because it's a different war. Maybe that one? I think that one, maybe. Cyprus, that sort of stuff. Legacy-wise, we're gaining pretty well. We control 13 objectives, which puts us in first place as far as legacy coming from objectives. Because we've taken over some of the great wonders of the world, we get the most legacy from wonders, which is maybe not surprising when you have the Hanging Tower, the Hanging Gardens, and the Tower of Babylon. Right, so that's 5 each. That's literally 2/3 of our legacy coming from wonders. But we now control those instead of Babylon, so that's good. We do have 22 regions providing us legacy, which is more than everyone else. It's a lot more than Egypt, so our culture is definitely doing better than everyone else's, which is maybe not surprising. We had to invest quite a bit of culture at one point to get out of the aging tier. Right now our ratio is actually probably a little bit high, for various reasons. Legacy-wise, we want to be within 1/3, or above 1/3 with Egypt. If we take the 1,500 or so off of them that I'm planning, that'll put us with more than half of theirs. So that's a good ratio. We're gaining at a rate that's fast enough that we'll overtake them given time. We'll probably have to fight them again, at least once, to actually win, because I don't think we're gonna... I'd have to do the math there to figure out if we could win passively, but I don't feel like we could. Right, 100 turns, so that'd be 500 at the current rate. Yeah, no, we wouldn't be able to win passively. So we're gonna have to beat the pinata a little bit to get some legacy out of them, if we actually want to win. But we got 130 turns to do that in, so that shouldn't be too hard to win 2 wars against them in that time. And yeah, we'll maybe try to get a peace with some people. We're gonna try to get some more of the the Caucasian mountain range here, and maybe look into doing some stuff up north if things go well with Egypt. As far as progress and decadence go, our ratio is doing a lot better, but that's because we got some nice province modifier, or some nice national modifiers going on right now. We have virtuous administration here, reducing old decadence gain by 20%. Actively reducing administrative burden by 50%. Providing a nice infrastructure bonus. The administrative burden reduction... we need that. We really need that. We wouldn't be making money. We'd be losing money if we didn't have that. So that's good. That's very good. The army is still pretty cheap because the Straff levy is providing 46 free upkeep. Only got average military expertise, so we could probably do with boosting that a little bit. Got a little bit of low war awareness because we've been back-to-back wars. And then if we get into here, what's my free? We got 56 free units. So not everyone's free, right? We've got a 25 stack here. We got a 19 stack here. So that's 44 plus 12, 56, 57, 67, 15 boats there. So that's 82, another 6 over here. 1 down here, so on and so forth, right? So we're definitely not... We don't have a free army, but the army is being made significantly cheaper, right? 124 military cost for that size of army is cheap. But remember, we've got an administrative burden reduction of 50%. Our profit is less than 50% of administrative burden, so I don't think we'd be making money right now if we didn't have that modifier in play. And that's due to the size of our nation. Our nation is obviously not profitable enough yet to run without fancy bonuses like this. Which I suppose makes me a little bit worried for the potential future where we have to run without bonuses like that. It's every once in a while you sort of get RNG'd and don't get the ability to activate that again, to extend it. And then we have a pretty high decadence, but when we have modifiers like this, that's decadence reduction, that's decadence reduction. Our leader was decadence. One of the older ones was leader was decadence reduction. So we're definitely in a situation where things are going well because we've got the right modifiers, but we might not have those modifiers forever. So we should still be a little careful. This is where we're going to leave off at the end of the stream. Persia is strong and in charge, picking a fight with the old guard in Egypt. And if we come out on top of that, I think we're in a very good steading for winning the game. Obviously, we have to get more than Egypt, and then I think we've got to get it out to turn 220 while staying more than Egypt. Although, once we get more than Egypt, we might just proceed to then defeat Egypt so they can't catch up, because non-existent countries are not going to catch up with no income. But yeah, so that's the upcoming schedule. I'm going to do a quick save here so we don't lose the progress. So this is Persia stream save. See if I can spell Persia. 2. If you're watching on YouTube, there probably will be a part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, let me bring up the schedule quickly so I can remember what it is. I can remember all the games I'm playing, but at the moment I'm having a little bit of trouble trying to remember which order I'm playing them in, which is why I gotta bring the schedule up every time. So today was Field Glory Empires. Tomorrow will be in Terra Invicta. So we will be trying to re-establish sort of stable orbital defense on all orbits. I think we've got an assault carrier coming in to do, or at least a landing carrier coming in to do a landing. We'll see if we can stop that from landing. The day after that will be Shadow Empire. We're going to continue our People What People challenge. I think that's going pretty well. We've met the first major. And the majors in that game basically have all the population. The population's divided 6 ways between the 6 majors. So obviously that would be a big score gain if we take over the next major. We may or may not try doing that in that run, in that point. And then the day after that will be Humankind. Humankind will be on Friday. Well, almost certainly going to finish up Humankind in that one. I think we got like 2 eras left. Each of the eras take a little bit longer than the previous one, so we might not do anything else. It might just be Humankind. If we do something else, I think it's going to be Endless Legends. So if we win Humankind, we'll take a short break between parts, and then we'll probably fire up Endless Legends, and then run Endless Legends after Humankind. A little bit of spoilers, I may have put the difficulty a little bit too low on Humankind for this first run. It's been a while since I played, so I wasn't quite sure how well I was doing, and for the beginning I was a little bit worried because we were a bit behind the AI, and all of a sudden the engine got going, and then we went from we're struggling to catch up to, oh, we're far ahead from the AI, and the AI doesn't look like it's going to catch up again. So yeah, I think Humankind we're going to probably win on Friday. And then Saturday will be the resumption of Field Glory Empires as Persia, which we've got up on screen right now. If you're watching on Twitch, this is probably your last time to get any comments in while the stream is live. And if you're watching on YouTube, feel free to leave comments, especially if there's any of the stats you want to see. As you saw right there at the end of the stream, we did put a save in, so I can always come back to this location and make a short video showing you the stuff. That's the upcoming schedule. That's the sort of status of the game. I hope everyone has been enjoying. The game has been going well. We've had a little bit of setbacks. Not everything's been quite going our way. Lydia, for example, still technically exists as the Island of Rhodes. And then Egypt is being Egypt. Babylon took a little bit longer than I'd hoped. So we defeated Babylon like the turn after, which we'd get a bonus legacy for, which is a little bit of a shame. But that was also a little bit going hand in hand with Lydia taking too long. If everything keeps going well, I think we'll definitely be in a position to win in the next part for Field Glory Empires. Although being in the position to win and winning, I'm not sure if you can get an early victory in this scenario. So I would not be surprised if in the next stream we get out closer to 110 turns. And then we don't really necessarily have a reason to be doing so pressing of a matter to gain more territory once we've taken the legacy off of Egypt. But yeah, that's the plan coming up. Hope everyone has been enjoying. I'll do a quick refresh, see if there are any comments on Twitch, but otherwise this is where I'm going to go ahead and end the stream and the recording. So until next time, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.